Hey everyone, it's your boy Chuck, back at it again with another speed paint video. So, I have a confession to make. I'm not creative at all, so let's talk about that. A good artist that I know once said, you can teach someone how to draw, but you cannot teach creativity. There is a quote from David2330. He's a great artist. He taught me a lot about art, about technicalities of art and stuff. Check him out. I'll put a link to his stream down below. So yeah, he's a cool dude. Check him out if you have any questions regarding art and stuff. He is the man to ask. So with that said, with that statement, I both agree and disagree with. Okay, hear me out. Here's my reason. Yes, I do believe creativity is some sort of a talent where you can't really teach someone creativity in that sense, because creativity is a state of mind where you have these ideas pop up in your minds constantly and stuff, and you're like constantly want to express that creativity through whatever mediums you are working with, art, music, or whatever stuff. And yes, creativity is one of the most essential things when it comes to art, doing whatever things that are related to art and stuff. And I do agree, it is some sort of specialty of an artist, that creativity is some sort of unique between peoples and stuff. But I do believe you can use a few methods to look like you, a creative person, even though you're not really, like, I'm not really a creative person. But hey, I'm an artist now. I mostly do art and stuff. People see me as a creative person, but the reality is I'm not really. I'm not really a creative person. If you see a lot of my artworks and stuff, it is most of them are derived from fan art and stuff like that, which is I just redraw stuff. It's just a few things that I design myself on that regards, like the pose, maybe the compositions of the art itself, and those kind of stuff. Yes, it requires creativity to create, but at the same time, you can kind of like use a reference to create something like that. So back to the point that why I disagree with that statement is I do believe you can teach yourself how to be creative. It's not like you be as creative as people that are, effortlessly talented people, like some famous artists that are really known for their creativeness and stuff like that. But you can teach yourself to use a few methods which I will tell you how after this, to look like you have that creativity in you. So I have 4 simple steps that I usually use in this kind of regards. 1. Research. 2. Concept derivations. 3. Upon hours and hours of work. And 4. Non-stop critic sessions. So these are the steps that I use to cope with my lack of creativity. So essentially what these steps do is it makes you think like an artist. It makes you understand the science behind creativity itself. So back to the steps. Number 1, research. For example, if someone asks you, commission you to draw something, a fan art of something or some sort, or probably not even fan art, like let's talk about like completely custom design of a monster that have the same kind of feeling like Monster Hunter game. Okay, let's say that. So what you do first, research about go to Google and type Monster Hunter and just like look at the 1,000 informations on internet. I mean, it's 2020. There's a lot of informations up in internet, so use that to your advantage. Search about Monster Hunter on Google or something like that, or whatever browser you were using. I mean, some of people are kind of like triggered when you say Google use a lot of RAM, blah, 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 whatever. So not important. The important thing is do some research, look for informations. There's a lot of information on internet, but the things about research is you have to know where to look. not every information is important. So you have to dive into the core of the information itself. For example, you want to design something that have the same kind of feels like Monster Hunter, right? So you have to dive into the core of the game, like storyline and the background of those monsters. Why does they exist in the first place? What do they do? What is the mechanics of the game itself? Why this game exists? What is the whole concept of the game? You know, that kind of information, the very core informations of something, that the idea, right? And once you have a fair amount of informations, comes the second step, which is concept derivations. So what is concept derivations? Concept derivations is essentially just a combinations or a mashup of a lot of information you have, right? So whatever information that you already gain, you draw a line or a connection between those information. So the most important thing is when you want to derive a concept, you have to have an idea. So what is an idea? In popular sense, an idea arises in a reflective, spontaneous manner, which is you have all these informations. You have been like consume all this information that you do on your research part, right? So in a spontaneous manner, how do you derive something out of that? Like your idea, your first thinking that derived from a lot of information that you just consume. So that's basically an idea. So when you have that idea, you can create a concept. Concept is generally just the abstract of the general idea and abstractions. It is the mental representations of your idea. Like you have an idea, so how you represent this idea. So that's what it calls concept. When you already like derive your idea, derive your concept upon this, and then comes the like crunching time where you have to spend hours of thinking on it. Like essentially when someone my experience when I took architecture back then, a lot of people have a lot of ideas, right? Ideas is just a spontaneous thinking. So a lot of people really have an easy time to look for an idea, but mostly they have a hard time to represent that idea as a concept. So you have to do a lot of thinking, a lot of thought process on this kind of process right now. That's why it comes to the third steps, which is upon hours and hours of work, right? So you have to draw a connection line between your concept and your idea. This is not an easy task for like if you really new on this kind of stuff. It does take some time to get used to, but once you understand your own idea, how essentially concept is just like how you explain that idea in a abstract words. Most of the time, it's like how you derive this idea in something that are more simple and easy to understand, or a very short and simple phrase. It's basically just that. It will take some time. Not all the time concept will work with your idea. Sometimes your thinking is just like, yeah, I have this idea, and then I come up with concept. Oh no, the concept don't really have the fine line between them. They don't really have the connection. When it comes to that, comes the fourth steps, which is a lots and lots of critic sessions. So this is so important. Go to the to Twitch or any platform that if you're an artist and you look for someone to help you or critique your stuff. Go to any platform. Go to any artist that you personally know that you perceive them to have some sort of creativity. Go to them, talk to them, and be like, yo, critique me. I have an idea. I have concept. Can you like critique my work and stuff like that? So essentially, when you do that, at some point there will be enough information to connect your ideas and your concept, because you have received a lot of information from these experienced artists and stuff, and you do a lot of like critics and stuff. At some point you guys will have that solid idea and concept, and then once that's done, it's basically just you draw your stuff based on that idea and concept. Present that stuff on a canvas. Present that words that you just think about or talk about or stuff like that. Just present it in a canvas, in a music, or any kind of medium that you are working on. Most of creative field work that way. If you want to look like you're a creative person, whatever work you did must have idea and concept behind them. So that's essentially it. That's my secrets of how to look quote-unquote creative. I'm not really creative. If you look at my work, I don't have a lot of OCs because designing is pretty hard for my brain. It's kind of like a drain. But hey, when you do enough, you'll get the hang of it. So yeah, don't worry, just push through. You'll get through. So again, check out David 2 on his Twitch channel. I'll put the link down below. He's a really good artist. He knows a lot about art. He taught me a lot about technical stuff. So if you really want to get to dip your toes in art community or in art in art field, yeah, go check him out. Give him a follow. If you need anything, just ask him. He's really happy to help you. I guess that's it. I'll leave any related links down below if you want to check on me on other platforms and stuff. Please do leave a like. If you like this video, just leave a dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe and smash that bell button if you want. I appreciate you. So as always, check me out on my twitch.tv. I stream regularly there, and I also answer some questions if you have some questions about art and stuff. So yeah, if you want to hang out, just click that link, follow me and stuff. I see you guys in the next video. Wash your hand, wash your ass. Bye bye.